Well, hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Dory's home, into my kitchen again. An exciting day. I am going to be making my youngest granddaughter's 10th birthday cake. Her birthday's on Saturday. Her name is Avery. This year she chose to do How to Train Your Dragon. We're going to do the black toothless dragon and then the white fury. I think it's a white, there's a black fury. Look at the little cute little thing I found. There's a black one. And then there's a white one. But before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and to the bottom of my toes for all your continued support, your outpouring of kindness, your stories, your sharing, your likes, your comments. I want to welcome to a bunch of my new subscribers back into my channel and to my home. So welcome. It's just overwhelming. The last couple of videos that I did was decorating my home for fall, my living room, my kitchen, and then we went outside, decorated my porch, and a little bit in the front of my home, you know, with the cute scarecrow I found at Hobby Lobby. People joke to me about, oh my God, your home is going to turn into a Hobby Lobby store. No, not really. Most of the stuff I have is from family and friends, but a lot of the pieces that I have, you know, to accent my home are from Hobby Lobby. So, and I love the store. I don't live in a very big town. I don't like driving into really big cities unless I absolutely have to go for a family event. But I get nervous. I don't like a lot of traffic. So if I can stay local, if I can stay close to home and to get everything that I need close to home, that benefits me, the gas mileage I put on my car, my time, you know, all kinds of stuff. So my life is super busy. I do have to work this afternoon. So right now it is like a little after 12. I have to be at work in 3 hours. So my goal is to get this cake done, get it in a box so I can put it in the refrigerator, because I have to work tonight and I have to work tomorrow all day. So today is it, this morning. So, you know, yesterday, I don't know, later in the day, you know, towards evening, I baked 2 9-inch white cakes. They are over here on my counter. Avery wanted white cake, so that's all we're doing. And then this morning I made buttercream. If you look, there's 2 videos of my buttercream recipe on my channel. There's an older version and then there's an updated version. The updated version is the correct way that I make the buttercream, because I'm not a pro at recipes. I am not. But I found a recipe, tweaking it with different ingredients to what I really like. And a lot of people that eat the cakes that I make comment how the buttercream tastes, how the cake tastes. If it all comes great, I don't want to settle for just good. I want it to go for great or awesome. But I love it. I just love the taste of it. So anyway, I made, according to that recipe card that I shared on my channel, 3 batches. So that equals 1.5 bags of powdered sugar. Yeah, because 1 bag is 8 cups. So 1.5 bags. So I wanted to make sure I had enough to ice the cake and enough to do all the building up that I want to do on this cake, okay? My granddaughter, she's more tomboyish than she is girl. She loves her stuffies. She loves Jesus. She's got a huge heart. She loves animals. You know, she's not really big into... Now, when she was little, she wore a lot of dresses because she loved to spin. You know, and then her dresses had to spin really big, you know. But the older she got, the more she got into sports and more active and, you know, doing stuff outside and, you know, stuff like that. So she doesn't wear nail polish. She's not a girly girl. I've bought her a lot of jewelry over the years, you know, and it's in her jewelry box, but we did start making bracelets this summer, so I'm kind of hoping she's going to want to wear a little bit of jewelry as she gets older, you know, but time will tell. But she's very unique and very special to me because she is my youngest grandchild, and I do not think I have great-grandchildren, and they are little. You know, the twins are 3 years old, and then my great-granddaughter, just got to see her last Sunday, and also babysat her for a little bit, my very first time for a few hours. She will be 2 in February, so she's just starting to walk around furniture, and she crawls like a trooper, but she hasn't like let go yet, and maybe she's let go and now she's walking. But she's getting any day now, any day. All right, but I can talk about family forever. But anyway, we're going to get going because I want to be done in an hour. I do have my light attached to my camera stand. So once I get ready to decorate here, we'll bring it in closer. So the first thing I want to do is bring you close so you can see these little dragons I found on Amazon. They don't have tails, so I got to make tails out of buttercream. And I've never done that before, so this will be a new experience. But I'm going to bring you in a little closer so you can kind of see what I'm working with, okay? So here we go. I'm going to bring you down here so you can kind of see these guys. This, look how little they are in my hand. Hold that. That's the Night Fury. Isn't he cute? He's just so cute, but no tail. He's got wings, no tail. And then the white one. And I think they're pretty identical, you know, except for the coloring, but no tails. Dragon's not a dragon without that big tail, so we got to give them tails. So I found those. They were a kit. I just went on Amazon and I searched like how to train your dragon cake topper. And these came up. So they came in a set with the 2 on Amazon. And then over here they also came with, let me show you. I'll go around my cake table here. I'll bring you down here so you can kind of see what I'm working with here. Drop this down. Okay. All right, so it came with these. So they're little balloons and they're on a stick. You know, you see? So there's white and there's black and silver. So we'll add a few of those. I do have in the back here, I have a bowl that have candy rocks. These are chocolate inside. Chocolate candy that look like rocks. And then I have some of these jimmies. They're purple, black, white, gray. I put a little bit of gold glitter in there too. You know, this is like the tail end of this mixture. And then I have more of this golden stuff here. I don't know if I'm going to use any of that. These are the candles that I bought because dragons have fire, so I thought these were kind of cool. Red with sparklies. So I have them to put on. So the colors that I'm working with, white of course. I have a lighter gray. This is gold. I took a little bit of orange and a little, more yellow and just a jab of orange to get that golden color. And then I have a darker gray to black, but it's, it'll darken as it sits. Then I've got a forest green. And then in these, this is called a parchment paper bag. So what's in here is purple. And in this one is like a light brown. So those are the colors I'm working with, okay? And then I've got extra white buttercream in this bowl here. And then these are the tips, you know, my tip boxes right here. You know, with all my stuff in there. So I'll keep that out because I'll be grabbing that. And then over here are my cakes. So we're going to trim these first and then get them on the board. Okay? So what I did is I baked them yesterday. I let them cool on a rack till they came to room temperature. Once they came to room temperature, I took a piece of wax paper. I also took a cake board. I put the cake board under the wax paper and then saran wrapped the cake and put them in my refrigerator overnight so they would stay moist. Okay, and then I did trim a little bit of them before I put them away, and I might trim a little bit more. So, because right here's a little, to me it seems a little hilly yet, so I will trim just a little bit. Get it a little bit more flatter. Okay? All right, so we're going to come back over here by my, oh, let me see. I can turn this light on too. So I'm going to raise this up again. And for people that are new here, I want you to know I don't edit. I don't. It's important to me that you are in real time. It's like you're standing next to me in my kitchen while I'm making cakes or cookies or cupcakes or even decorating my home. You know, that's important to me. So I have a hair tie and I'm going to put this in my hair. And then I do have some disposable gloves. Today I'm going to wear them because I'm going to be working with those candy rocks and touching cake, and I just want to make sure, that it's clean and stuff like that. So, all right, I got my hair in a ponytail. All right, let me go and get some gloves. Got gloves in my pantry here. And the funny thing is, my disposable gloves are blue. Isn't that funny? Blue gloves. Yeah, I thought it was hysterical when I opened the box. I'm like, this is funny. Okay. All right. Get my gloves on, and we're gonna get started. And I think I'm probably gonna put you towards the front of the cake for a little bit. And get a drink of water here. That's better. All right. I think the first thing I'm going to do, how about let's do this. I got to figure out a way to get this done here. I think I'm going to put you in the front of the cake, in the front of this table. Get your position where I don't have to move this too much. I'm hoping that this cord reaches. It might reach. It just might reach. Let's see. I actually think it's going to reach. All right, we're gonna move these little dragons to the back here. All right. The first thing I'm gonna do, bring it back just a little bit. First thing I'm gonna do is put some buttercream down on this board. This will be used as like a little glue to hold one cake down, okay? And then what I'm going to do, move this to the side. I'm going to bring a cake over here. And we're going to trim it. I'm going to make sure you can see this. Yep, you can. Okay, I'm going to flip this over into my hand a little bit, and we're going to move this saran wrap. Alright, I'm just going to try to level this out just a little bit more. You know, when you trim a cake, it's really important to use a serrated knife. You know, because when you have the edges on your knife, it's going to be easier to cut through your cake instead of tearing it. That's really important. And a little bit right here. All right. Get that down a little. I think that's good. All right, and then I flip it upside down because I want the top of the cake to be the bottom, because the bottom of the cake is a flat surface. Now let me get rid of this. Bring this over so you can see. So we have that pretty well centered where I want it. I'm going to bring this buttercream back, and we're just going to put some in the center. My spatula here. I don't do a lot in the center. I just do a little bit. Don't go crazy. Just to glue the two cakes together, because there's going to be a lot of frosting on the outside of it. All right. And then what I like to do, so I'm just going to build kind of like a little dam of frosting on the edge here, just to get that covered. Okay. All right, we're going to move this back over. We're going to bring that other cake over. Okay. And we're going to take this saran wrap off. Put that down. Now I am going to tell you something. How I got cakes this high. Now again, I live in Wisconsin. Elevations are different depending on where in the country or around the world where you live. Ovens are different. They vary. You know, you can set your timer. You buy a box mix, you use that. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, Duncan Hines is my favorite. They're moist. I have no problem. I just want to use good quality eggs and good quality, oil. Not cheap stuff. You know, just because when you do that, it changes the flavor and the texture of things. So I'd rather have a better quality, you know, oil and eggs when I'm making cakes. But how I got this really tall, again, it's a 9-inch round. I used one box of cake mix. One box made this one cake. I trimmed a little bit off the top because it'll get hilly, you know, in the center. But, you know, I added like I think 4 or 5 more minutes because it was, you know, a bigger cake than what the box mix says to do. So, but I just, you know, I take toothpicks and I bake it to what they say, and then I look at it, and then if it's not done, well, then I'll add a couple more minutes. But, you know, you just, I don't know, you want to get into baking cakes and stuff like that. It's trial and error. It's just learning the process, learning as you go, and that's all I've done. And I'm no pro at baking. I'm no pro at recipes. You know, again, I used to work in a scratch bakery, but the bakers made the cakes. The bakers did the buttercream, not me. I decorated. I was like an assembler. Just put the buttercream on everything and made them pretty. There was lots of different steps and processes to, you know, in the bakery doing stuff, so. But here at home, you know, if I wanted to learn to do this at home, and I really did, it was important to me. I had to teach myself a new way of doing cakes. And it's getting better and better as I, you know, go through each cake and stuff like that. Finding this little table has helped me tremendously. Okay, now we are going to ice this cake. And I'm going to start it white. Then we're going to add some color to the sides and to the top. And I want to check the camera again to make sure you can see this well. Yep, you can. Alright. So we're going to go like this. Come in the middle. Probably have to add some more in my bag here. Yep. I'll add some more buttercream. Okay, almost done. Like 1 or 2 more scoops here. Put my cover on. All right. I'm going to slicing this up. Some more on the side here. Alright, done with that bag. Alright. I'm going to take the spatula and I'm going to come to the top first. Bring this bowl over here. Okay. Get the excess off. Add some more here. This bottom part. Sometimes I'll take a little bit too much off and I'll go. And then I gotta put some back on, because one thing I do not want to do is see cake when you're scraping your buttercream off the side. I am gonna be building this up, so. All right, let's do this. It's my scraper. I'm gonna put this flat, there's a flat edge and then there's a rounded edge. So the flat edge goes to the cake. And then I just gently, like a feather, just bring it around. And, oh, I forgot to tell you too, on the board, I took some aluminum foil and I put the shiny side down, the dull side up. And then I just taped the bottom with some masking tape. Okay. And I think I'll leave this a little rough on the top. Don't have to be, because it is for dragons, right? So I'll make sure I can draw okay. Or right. There, okay. So what I'm gonna do to the side, let me move this to the back here. Spatula anymore. What I'm going to do to the side is I'm going to get my scissors here, towel, we're going to take a little bit of purple, make sure that comes out good. Oh yeah, we're going to do a little purple. We're going to do some gold. So I'm going to give number 3 on this gold here. And we're going to do some light gray. Or brown, I mean. We're going to do brown. So purple, gold, and brown. Alright, so here we go. I think I'm going to try to stand on this side. See if I can do it this way. I might just turn the cake. That way you can see it better. I might turn my table. I don't know how it's going to work. Yeah, let me do that. I'll turn the table. Get this on this rug here. So I got that light plugged in. All right, let's see if you can see this better. Okay, I'll raise you up just a little bit more. Bring you in. Okay. All right, we're just going to do some purple. Look at this. Okay, add this color, and then we're going to take my scraper and we're going to blend these colors together. There's purple. Now we're going to do some gold. And some brown. Oh, that's the purple. Brown. They're both in that bag. That's all right. Yeah, this will work. Once we get the bottom, we're going to do the top too. All right, ready for some magic here. Let me clean this off. All right, here we go. Just going to pull these colors together. Isn't that fun? So much fun. Good enough for me. I like that. Isn't that cool? All right, clean that off again. We're going to do the top too. So we're going to do some gold. And we're going to do purple. And some brown. Some brown to the edge, I think. You know, I don't know, I just kept looking at pictures, you know, the last few days and just writing things down what I liked, and you know, and then I did a little diagram for myself on what I wanted to do, so. All right, look at that. And we're going to come back in here. Get that smooth again. Bring this in. There. Make sure I got it all covered. That's all I want to do. Just to give it some color on the top. Okay. Put these in the garbage. Done with that. All right. Ouch. Now we're going to do some building. Since we have dragons, the dragons are going to be sitting, grab them. And this is going to be the back of the cake. The dragons are going to be sitting like right here. So I have room for writing, you know, right here. So I'll keep them over here by me. All right. We're going to do some purple and gray, kind of like trying to build some mountains and stuff. I don't know how this is going to work. I would like to have an airbrush, but right now I don't have one that's working. I have one, but it's not working the way I want it to, so I gotta buy another airbrush. When I get that, I will be very, very excited to show you airbrushing techniques. Kind of like, you know, what I did on the side with these colors, you can do with airbrushing. All right, and we will get that done. So what I want to do is just build. I have gray. I put a number 12 tip, just a big round tip here. Okay, so I'm just going to start building, I don't know, just building some little mountain edges here. I'm going to try to fill this in with my little spatula. And I want to make sure I have enough to do the top too, because I want the dragons to sit on a little bit of land. So probably, where's that? That's where the top's going to be. The dragons and the candles. Alright, and then I got this round one. And bring another paper towel over here. So I have two spatulas. These are smaller. This has got a rounded edge on the top. This one has more of a pointier edge on the top. So let's see what we can do. And I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. I think you can. Let's bring that in closer here. So I just want to like bring this, and we're just gonna blend this all in, you know, like that. Might add some purple in there too. Just to give it some more color. And I think what I'm going to do is I'll come in with that gold glitter stuff and just sprinkle that on right away. Get some in my hand here. Just to get, you know, so it sticks. Like that. Okay. All right, so that's that. I'm hoping you can see. Here, I'll raise you up so you can kind of see what I just did. Like that. Okay. Now bring it back down. All right, now we're going to raise you down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to tip you some more. We're going to work down here now on the bottom part. So I'm just going to try to rough this up a little bit. I have a little bit more gray. If I need it, I'll bring it back over here. Because I want to add some grass and some rocks too down here. So I'm not worried about the the bottom of the cake, because we can add the grass with that. Doing a side of a cake's a little bit more tricky than doing the top. Well, it is for me. Now I'm just going to take my pointed one and I'm just going to add some more. I just want to rough it up a little bit. Kind of like that. Okay. And where's that purple? Avery is not a pink girl. She is not. She does not like pink at all. Oh, you know, my daughter-in-law, when they bought their home, their bedroom, it came with bright pink walls. Every wall was just bright pink. And she could not sleep in there for nothing. So I went over there one day and I asked her, I said, you know, this is your room. So if you could change it, what would you do? What colors would you like on the walls? And how would you want it decorated? So at that time, and she still is, she loves underwater creatures like the axolotl and sharks and whales and dolphins and jellyfish, and you know, she loves that kind of stuff. So she likes the color teal. She likes greens, you know. So we just did one wall in a medium. We took the back wall, like a focal wall. And my daughter and I, we painted one day, and we just did one wall teal. And then the other 3 walls, we did like a sandy color. And she got to pick out the colors, you know, with her mom's discretion. We didn't want to go all dark, you know, so we just did one wall, you know. And then, you know, little by little, she got stuff for her walls. And, you know, she's got so many stuffies. I think she has more stuffies than I have flowers. I have flowers everywhere in my home, inside and out. I do have a few stuffies here, too. But, boy, she's got a lot. A few years ago, I bought her a cage that stood up. I mean, when she was like 6 or 7. And that's actually a pink cage. But it holds on most of her stuffies anyway. That's just funny. But anyway, so that's what we did there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try, I don't know if I can, try to take some of this gold. I'm going to get a bigger bowl. Try to get it on the side. I'm hoping it sticks. Let's see. And I'll hold this up over this bowl. So we're going to move this. I'm going to grab this here. And I'm just going to shake this. And then I can drop this into the bowl. Just trying to lean it. Some of it'll stick. Like that. All right, one more time. It's heavy on my hands, I'll tell you. All right, let's put you down. Yeah, putting glitter on stuff, it gets messy. So I like using a bowl to try to catch most of it. Up here. Just getting the rest of this glitter off of my counter. You know, I'm really glad that I took that contact paper and put it on the top of this counter because it's so nice and smooth now. Cleans up really nice. I really like it a lot. All right. Now, I have in my hand a grass tip. This is a number 233. It has a whole bunch of tiny little holes. Okay? So it's when you squeeze it, it's just going to make a lot of like lines, and you just pull it up to make grass. Watch this. See? Like that. So we're just going to add a little bit here and there, and now bring in some rocks too and stick them rocks down there. Oops, I just bumped I have my circle light on. I just bumped it with my bag. There. All right. So we'll bring some rocks in. And I don't know if I'm going to be using these balls or not. All right, let's see. Can you see these? These are the rocks. So I'm just going to take them and just, there ain't no right or wrong way. Just trying to change up some of these colors in here if I can. There we go. I tend to get quiet as I'm doing stuff like this. I'm going to stick a gray one right there. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to do on the bottom. Alright, so now we have the top. So there's that. Okay. I have one more element I want to do on the side of the cake, but let's leave that for a little bit. And let's work on the top. Bring this in closer to you. Let's stick these guys on here. I'm going to turn it so I know I'm getting this right. I'll make room for his tail. Alright, we'll stick her candles. Well, I don't think I want to put them on, but I think her candles we'll put right here in the front or in the back. I don't know yet, but we'll leave some room for that. And I'll save my green for the grass, and we'll stick them in with grass. Okay, so let's build this up with some rocks here. Now, one thing I will tell you is my granddaughter's little family get-together isn't until Saturday night. I am working on this on Friday afternoon. So I will not be uploading this cake video until she sees it. It's important to me. Person I'm doing a cake for sees it first, and then I will share it with everybody else. That's important. So I took a few pictures that I can share on my channel right away on a post, just to let you know it's coming. It's a coming. Oh, I didn't want that one there, but that's okay. Stay there. Drop there, drop there. I think that's good. I don't know if I'm going to add these or not. I might add these balls. So I'm going to take these gloves off. And where did I put my scissors at? Aren't they cute? They're so cute. I'll add some grass in there. Just adding it to the back here. They're so cute. There. So much fun. All right. Now we have these little balls. So I'm thinking let's see if I like that. Get that by. There we go. Yeah. That's good now. There. That's better. I might take some grass around them. Just a little bit. Just kind of hold them in there a little. Like that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to put them on the side yet. I do know what I want to do is write. So I've got the darker gray. Since those dragons are black and white, I thought I'd write in the black and white. Except for her number 10. That will be in her red sparkly candles. Alright, so I am going to get number 3 here to write with the white. These over here. And number 2 for the black. We have to do tails in there too. Okay, I'm going to put this down so I can write. I don't like writing on a turntable, so. Alright. I'll drop this down a little bit more so you can see me closer. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think the 10 will, I might put the 10 over here, or maybe a 1, no, I'll put them together right here, so. So we'll just do happy birthday and then Avery. Is this a number 2? I didn't want a number 2 on there. That's a number 2. I wanted a 3. I'm glad I caught that. I want a 3. So glad I caught that. All right, here we go. Happy birthday, Avery. Avery, A. V. E. R. Y. Okay. Now we're going to take the black and we're going to outline it. This is tricky, but I'll get it done. If I have to go back in and do another row with the white, I will. There's the H. Connect those lines right there. Air conditioner just kicked on my furnace. It's been pretty warm this week. Kind of like in the 70s, upper 70s and lower 80s. We had a little rain overnight, which was nice. I think it's going to rain a little bit tomorrow too. I do want to shout out to all of you and God bless you and well wishes to everybody who needs them. On Sunday, I've got a dear friend of mine coming over and we're going to make chocolate chip cookies. He loves them. Nestle Toll House cookies. So I'll be on my feet on my day off again. Busy, busy life I got. And you know, a part of me really likes it. I like being busy and I like helping people, you know, my family, friends, and I do like it. I just get tired. And then I tend to get selfish when I get very tired, and it's like, I want a day to myself. Today's been quiet. Yeah, I think I'll come back in with a little bit of white there. So it'll stand up a little bit better. I like outlining in a number 2 because it's not a very big line and I can control it better. 3 to me is a little bit bigger. I was thinking about, oopsie, but I'll come back in there. I was thinking about doing a number 4 in writing, but I'm like, no, you better not, because sometimes I tend to write kind of big, and I'll start with the 3, and if I wanted to go bigger, I could have changed my tip, but no. I'm glad I stayed with the 3. Okay. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but my goal is to be done within 20 minutes here. I'm almost done with it. Okay. Come back in with that white again. So we're going to just build it up a little. That'll make it stand up. See that? There we go. I just have Avery left here. There. And when it sits a little bit, then I'll come back in and push some points down. I don't like the points, you know, but I'll just let the buttercream dry and do what it's got to do before I do that. Okay. Next thing I want to do is tails. Not very good at it. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go with a number. We've got a number 3 on this. All right. We're going to do a white tail here. Into the back of this dragon. Let's see if you can see this. Yeah, you can. Bring him up a little bit. Oh, man. I wonder if they're both female. I think the white's a female. All right, so I'm just going to come here. And we're just going to go like this to like that. And then, I kind of just want to do some points here because I really don't know what this tail looks like. I have to I have to look at it. And we're going to go back over here. There's the white one, just to give it a tail. And we're going to turn this around for the black one. And just like that. Okay. Yeah, when off camera, I'm going to go and look at a picture of the dragon's tail, and then I can fix it. Then my final cake pictures will be at Avery's party, and I can kind of show you. So, right now that's about all I'm going to do, I think. No, wait. Was that it? No, one more thing. Let me see how much time we have. Make sure this is on right. We're over an hour. I think I'm going to call it now. All right, I think I'm going to just call it. Because I got to get this, I got to get cleaned up and get ready for work and stuff. But anyway, let me take my phone out. I'm going to shut this light off. Let me take my phone out and I can show you this cake. Shut that light off first. That hour went fast. All right, hold on one second. Don't want to lose you. All right. What I want to do, all right, first of all, here's her cake. Don't like that the garbage can's in the way. All right. What I want to do, I'm just going to hold still in case people want a screenshot. Aren't they cute? Happy birthday, Avery. And then her candles, the one and the 0, will be right here. So, and then that's the side. Kind of fun. There it is. Oh, I love playing. Let's see if I can get some of these points down. Yeah, right there. Just some little points. I think that's good. That's good. There we go. Okay, but what I want to do on the side is take some frosting, and I'm going to try to make one of those, it's like a club that the Vikings use. If I can get it on there, but I got to look at a better picture of it. It's kind of freehanding. Here's my little drawing I did. That's my little drawing. But I want to do better on that club, because that club doesn't really look like a club to me, But I want to look at a picture of it and then draw it on there. So, let me put this back into my stand. And I will move you back just a little bit so I can turn this table. Okay. Bring this over here. Put this to the back. And I've got a mess to clean up before I go to work. So, taking my hair out. All right. Anyway, let me bring you back here just a little bit to kind of see this cake. Okay. So, here we go. There it is. Thank you so much. If you're still here, you stuck around to see the final thing. It's not 100% finished, but I'll do some touching up on it, probably when I come home from work or early in the morning when I come home. Oh my God, I gotta work tonight, work till 5 tomorrow, then come home, get everything in my car, go to my daughter and son-in-law's and collapse. At least I'll have Sunday morning. I can sleep in a little bit and then just, before my friends come over. But life is very full. It's very busy. I do have Sunday and Monday off, but Monday I'm taking a family member, the one that was in and out of the hospital, to a doctor's appointment early. Got a long drive, and it's going to be early in the morning. So I don't want any more plans after we get back, because I think what I'm just going to do is put my feet up in my recliner, watch a movie, fall asleep. I think that's what I want for the rest of my Monday when we get all done. So anyway, take care, everybody. God bless you. And again, thank you so much for all your support and helping me grow this channel. And I hope you had fun. I mean, it was a fun cake to create. So again, thank you so much. All right, bye-bye, everybody.